The reality is that even though this will affect production out of Iran, oil is going to come from so many other sources other than Iran. But you do need to be able to manage that properly. If everybody goes back to you produce whatever you can, and we're back to the old pre-2014 or 2015 situation, and then of course you know what happened. Oil went down to $28 a barrel. Nobody in OPEC wants that.
So you have to be flexible to respond to the drop in Iranian production. But do you actually see Iran going to zero as Washington is looking for? Is that realistic? Because they're hovering around 1 million barrels in terms of exports.
No, I don't think so. It's not possible. That's what they have. So they're going to sell oil somehow, whether it's through small third parties, whether it is through alignment with countries that are much more receptive to their causes. They will sell oil. They will obviously struggle to sell the same volumes that they're selling today, but they will definitely sell oil.
How about Russia's role, perhaps with North Korea after the summit? China seems determined to say that this is a legitimate agreement. Why should they go to zero in terms of imports? You agree with me?
Yes, absolutely. There are countries that are very affiliated to Iran who will worry about those. Because one economy down in OPEC is also has this effect, just like what you have in Venezuela, on the entire OPEC. So we're usually very sympathetic to those countries.
March 2018, we had $86 a barrel when the Trump administration was talking about getting out of the nuclear agreement. Do you see that happening again? The
reality is that the market is getting much more stable. Oil sources have gotten much more diverse. And quite frankly, even though you see challenges out of Venezuela, out of Libya, and out of now potentially Iran, America has 1 million to 1.5 million barrels that it fairly can quickly bring back into the market to increase their production.
As you know, President Trump has gotten very Twitter happy when oil went above $70 a barrel. We're touching 75 now. But he only has himself to blame. He can't look at anybody else and say, you're being greedy.
The other countries also are beginning to pick up from that America First policy into their own country first policy. And so you're actually growing a bandwidth of selective individualism, nationalism that can create its own problems. When you take away Iran, you have the problem in Venezuela and the uncertainties in terms of governance of where the big powers stand. They're self-inflicted a crisis.
You held strategic talks with Saudi Arabia, with the Minister of Energy. Do you think they'll utilize Nigeria as a strategic springboard into the rest of Africa?
Yes, getting into Africa and Nigeria as a springboard is key. Nigeria provides huge resources, a huge oil producer, certainly biggest in Africa, attracts some of the highest investments into Africa. So from a Saudi exponential growth into the world, they're already in China, they're already in the US, they're already in most of Asia. Africa is a market that is already left untapped, and there's no better place to go into Africa than Nigeria.